Okay, we now had the briefing phase. We had the first day where we do the first 4 hours when we receive a vacancy. We make job banners, we post the job banners, we make a messy mailing into our network, and we make a search and selection plan. And the rest of the first day we plan for some interviews, emailing, etc. The second day we do 3 hours of interviews and 4 hours of working on our search and selection plan. And the third day is basically the same. So again, 4 hours full dedication to execute our search and selection plan. At least 180 minutes, which is 3 hours of interviewing. So we can interview up to 6 candidates in that time. And we do some information entry, some administration for another hour. And at the end of the day, we have emptied our inbox. So that is always what we do. We evaluate what we did. We had a look at our results, what we should do better, and to make a planning for the next day, or to change our planning. Right? So the highlights of search and selection and how to increase your success rate are, one of the most important things is that you have a specialization, right? Because when you have a specialization, you build a network in it, so you become the authority. Candidates know to find you. Instead that you have to look for candidates, they're gonna look for you. A specialization helps because you get more knowledgeable about what your clients need and what your candidates need. With a specialization, you identify your candidates much faster than if you have to search in a new branch from scratch. It will just take you more. Important is that you can reduce your interview time to the minimum. Enough to leave an awesome impression with your candidate, but also that you get smarter and smarter and faster with the type of questions and with your assessment of people. Search and selection has a very important, or our job, recruitment, has a very important aspect. And that is that you have to realize that our clients don't see what you are doing. Our clients don't know what you are doing. So if you don't give them a search and selection plan, they have no clue. If you don't give them a weekly update of what you did and what you will do next week, they have no clue what you are doing. So if you are not in contact with them for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, they don't know. Actually, they could think that you're doing nothing because you do not communicate anything. That is why we ask you to make a search and selection plan to send it to your client. That is why we ask you to send every week a weekly update, what you did and what you're going to do. The third aspect is a tangible thing of our service is that we send a CV. The CV is the result of all our work. Of course, we did a lot of work, a lot of activities, but it all boils down for the client into a CV. And we, as a company, we stand for star quality. We stand for top quality. This means that the CV we send to the client must be a perfect document. It must be beautiful. The CV must give all the information to the client what they want to know about the candidate. It happens, for example, that we have gaps of time. So we have the working experience from a person until 2015, and between 2015 and 2018 is nothing, and then again a working experience. That is not allowed to happen. That gap of 3 years must be explored and it must be reported. Maybe it's maternity leave. Maybe the person was sick, or maybe the person did a job they don't want to communicate. But whatever it is, the CV gives all the information about the person's working experiences, their skills, why you think they are really good and a good fit for this job, why those people would love to join our client, right? So your CV is fully documented, gives the client all the information they could possibly want. So it's complete. And once you have sent the CV to your client, you give follow-up and you call them, what shall I do? What shall I do with this candidate? When would you like to meet this candidate? When you introduce a candidate to the client, in your email, you write the highlights of this candidate. Why you think this candidate is really good for this position. So you don't just send an email, here is candidate number 1, good luck. Tell me when you want to meet with that candidate. No, you write, dearest client, I have found a wonderful qualifying candidate for your vacancy. This person excels in great communication skills, ambition, and totally committed and passionate about your product and your company. If that's true, right? You tell you in the email what makes this candidate special and why the client should interview this candidate. Okay? Again, let's look at our attack. Let's look at attitude, technique, action, and culture.